live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma, also on YouTube, also on TikTok. And I got a project idea for today's live stream. Inspired by Grian, aka Giarian. Yeah, this wasn't my original plan, but here we are. Also, the music we're listening to today, do you know what it is? Do you recognize it? If you do, you're a legend. It's from one of my favorite games that I played last year. I always have trouble remembering the name of it, so I'll go look. The Isles of Sea and Sky. Like, I always think about the elements like fire, wind, earth, but it's none of them. It's just seas and sky. Quite a few times I've like gone searching for the game and I'm like, why can't I remember the name of this game? Something wrong with me. We got bananas in chat from Heart Gamer, Maddie, Araya, and Mayschool. Thank you for the bananas. Wow, all of these are stocked up. However, started making some trapdoors. Something went wrong with the sticks, or the stick supply. So I figured we'd do a little redstone over here. I've got a problem to solve before we do this project that I've been inspired to do. So that one's still good. Interesting. Very interesting. If I remember correctly, these shouldn't actually craft when the sticks run low, so I'm not sure how that first one broke. All good down at this level. So behind here, see this verticality here? This is where sticks go into the system. Then at the top here, looks like we got... Have we got a filter? No, that's not a filter. Oh, it's all of that there. Okay. Oh yeah. So okay, it's actually exactly where I thought it was. Interesting. We're gonna go add something to that. This will be very easy. It'll like manually make some sticks. TR says, are we supposed to see anything? Oh dear. I'm like this, aren't I? I just forget. Every single time. You should know me by now. Oh boy. I guess I'll go back over what I was just looking at. I was looking in these crafters, right? Like this is how the system's supposed to... Well, that should actually be working in theory. It is powered. It seems the things are broken down a little bit with some of the redstone back here, so it needs some maintenance. See, that's what shouldn't happen whatsoever, but has happened. If I do that, it's just going to end up making more. Jonathan says, there it is, thank you, X. Yeah, basically, I was supposed to start off the stream with a little bit of a plug for the new setup, right? And then I just kind of forgot, because you got to press all these buttons when you go live. You got to do this thing, got to do that thing, got to load up this program, got to hope that that thing doesn't stop working, and then you forget your plan. So, Lightly Lucid, thank you ever so much for subscribing with the Prime for 24 months. That is 2 years. And as a Prime subscriber, you can join the Let's Play Minecraft, aka Patreon server. But now it's like a subscriber server, I guess. Bear818, thank you for 42 months. I wish I'd have seen your message sooner. Oh my god, that's a good cup of tea right there. 4Gil96 is here for 59 months. I really hope that Evil X is preparing these cookies. He keeps promising. I don't recall Evil X promising cookies. Is that in the dungeon? Rippling River, thank you for 6 months. Very much appreciated. Vinnet, thank you for 22 months. Hello, the 2-year sub anniversary is so close. Let's go. Not a single regret about subbing to such a derp. Honestly, love you. Thank you, my dude. I'm definitely a derp. I'm living up to that name. I Dunk Biscuits, thank you for the Prime for 13 months. And Dante Red Eye, thank you for 62 months. All of these wonderful people can join our amazing Patreon community. Including Euphoria, who has subscribed with the Prime. So if you got Amazon Prime, you can now use it to get access to an amazing Minecraft server and community. How cool is that? Oh, and apparently we just hit hype train level 1. I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn around again. This is still new, so I want to watch this myself. I changed things on the other screen, and I'm like, let's see the animation. Let's watch it roll in. Oh, what a pun! Choo choo. Apparently we hit level 2 as well. Y'all are getting treated to some hype. 2 is actually as far as we've gone so far. What time is it for me during the day? It's just 5 o'clock. I'm going to stream for a couple of hours. After that, I am going to play guitar for a couple of hours. That was the hype train, but apparently we've also hit level 2. So thank you so much for everyone doing the stuff, like the subscribing. I'm not sure if other stuff counts towards hype train, but we've now hit level 2. Since I seem to have your attention, the biped auto message is still up. Can you, Callie, can you disable that? You able to do that on your end? Otherwise, I'll have to do it after the stream. Here comes the second carriage. I love these animations. Now, who can tell me what that one is a reference to? I believe the pizza box on the table actually is a hint as well. I don't think it's like a thing that happens to be there. It's actually helpful if you want to figure out what it is. Just great. Thank you so much for 17 months of support. Oh, you're the same Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. No, you are incorrect. But maybe cartoon is the right direction. Yo! K Wallaties, you thought it was the Spider-Man meme. Awesome, you are 100% correct. It was based on the Spider-Man meme. Killer Wolf says, hi X, there is a scam going with your name. Just so you're aware, I wanted to let you know. Yeah, in this online space, there are always people trying to, you know, use influencers' names and do stuff. There's a new one every week, that kind of thing, right? So I appreciate letting me know, but it's just something that happens. You'll have to be vigilant out there. I don't go around to random comments, random videos commenting about something, you know, really cool that happens if you give me your credit card details, you know? No, that's not me. If you come to my official places, that's like here, right now, that's where you get communication from me, right? So, 7 minutes in, productivity level is extremely low. Because not only have we not done much yet, I've floundered my explanation, my attempt to show you what we were going to do. Because that's just me, isn't it? So, I'm grabbing some sticks here, which is probably not that necessary. I just happen to know that I keep accumulating a bunch of them. They're in these chests. So while we go fix up some redstone... Well, there might be some hoppers in here somewhere as well. I will also have a lot to show you around Loglands because I've made some amazing progress since we last were here doing a stream together, right? It's been a while. The Vixen, 38. Thank you so much for 72 months. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll probably need a crafting bench over there, you know. I'm gonna grab some of those blocks as well. Right. Yeah, I mean, you'll see stuff. I'll fly around so you can see stuff, right? Like, things have been built. And all of the top area is basically done. There's like one back wall that isn't finished yet. But all of the top area is done. Which is kind of crazy. There's a little bit of space that I've left here. Because I might want to put some lamps on this. So I left a little bit of space and then I kind of forgot about it. I don't think we're going to do that today. I think we're going to do some other stuff. In and around Loglands. Okay, so the top of the sticks bit that I was showing earlier is around here. What we kind of want to do is thread in a double chest to that decorative pot. That should be super easy. Seems like the apt place to put it. Dude, I am so happy that we have this soundtrack to listen to while we play. So when it comes to using music in streams, I've noticed that a lot of music from a game that you play is like stream friendly. So I streamed this game, no copyright strikes on the music. So here we are listening to it in Minecraft, and hopefully you'll enjoy it because it was such an amazing game with an amazing soundtrack. Bear says, choo choo. Is that another hype train? Callie says, unfortunately, you can't disable the auto message. I can do that quickly. I'll do that then. I thought it was something you... Oh, wait, I should read the rest of the message. Oh, extra permissions? Yeah, nudge me when I'm not streaming and I'll do that. But for the people in chat right now, I'll turn it off because it's just a couple of clicks. Let's delete that. Alright, it should be gone now. Ah, I'm in my own way. Right, so this is where all the sticks are gonna go. And then we make some more, right? So I just wanna keep this like stocked up. Oh, I thought that wouldn't be powered by anything. Ah, there's a torch right there. Haha. Whoopsie. This might be a little trickier than I thought. That torch is quite necessary. If this were one block lower, it would be a bit of a problem. I think I know what we're going to do. I think we're going to grab that and just put it on top of the decorated pot. That should work. I'm getting some seriously good vibes right now from this music. I enjoyed this game immensely. And hearing its music again is just delightful. This time, our sticks should go in. Brilliant. Now, as we traverse downwards, we're then going to start to look at the problem a little differently. Because it seems like the first place it's going to is over here. Or at least it should be going into there. That's not right, is it? Wow, I'm clicking in all the wrong places. Oh! Fun story! I got a fun story for you. My Logitech G330 wireless keyboard mouse thing, whatever it is. It's a keyboard. Sorry, no, it's a mouse. I've had one of them break on me. Got a replacement mouse, and now the mouse pad seems to have died. It just stops working, like, the light blinks a lot, you reconnect the USB, and it works for like a minute or two, and then it goes off, you have to reset the mouse. When I load up the Logitech G Hub, it can't find the hardware, like, just problems out of nowhere, just all of a sudden, bam. What's my favourite soundtrack of Minecraft? I gotta say Alpha. You know, it's classic. Beta shortly behind it, of course. What's the mod that I used back in Season 9 when I was tracing the structure of my skeleton build? I think you're thinking of Light Matica. That might be the mod you're looking for. Jonathan First asks, what's the best way to start understanding Redstone, like learning the functions of individual components? You answered your own question, really. You just have to start. You have to get into a world and start playing around with these things. If you're not aware of resources like, you know, tutorials on YouTube that explain Redstone to you, or the Minecraft wiki, those would be good things to use. Right, so when this breaks, right, I have to come over here and re-remember the redstone, which is kind of annoying. I believe the reason that it's not working, it's a bit of a strange one, is because there isn't sticks here. But when we were getting sticks there, I think the one below is pinching them before they have an opportunity to move across. Oh. Music's so beautiful, man. I'm getting all the feels again. Playing the lovely little puzzle games. I was playing that a lot with my nephew. This music's so good. Right, so now we create a redstone signal there. Maybe I should have studied it for a little bit longer. Oh, it's actually because... Okay, so we found one condition that wasn't met. There's a third condition. The third condition I could possibly do a better job explaining this, right? We have a clock here, and now you can see the clock is running. But why would the clock not run? Well, it doesn't run if it's powered by something. It's powered from 3 different places. We check to see if there is planks going in and sticks, and we also check to see if we've filled up the space below. So when those checks all pass, then the thing will run. Wow, I've gotten myself into a literal hole. Okay, let's go up here, look down, land there. There's a spot I can reach what I need to reach from around here. It's right there. So I need to pull those out, and now those will filter into there, and we'll see it start running again. So that means that this one is fixed, and we need to go down to the next layer and work on the second one. Now that I've familiarized myself with the redstone, this one's actually working. It's getting sticks, and it's filling up the container in front of it, so that was just a stick issue. Sounds like I'm saying skill issue. You just got a stick issue, man. This one here, we are full up, and it's probably got all the sticks, yeah, because that one wasn't broken. Alright, so we go up to the top, we put a bunch of sticks in it, and call it that. We've got noises in the ear. We've got Luna 2003 here for 6 months, and Mono Chopsisis is here with a Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. As a Prime subscriber, you can join the Let's Play Minecraft Together community. Peeps, if you're subscribed here on Twitch, you now get to partake in our brand new season of Let's Play Minecraft Together. That is a Patreon server. If you wanted to learn more about it, you could go watch the VOD that is on my second channel of the launch event itself. And if you want to join, go to xisumavoid.com/getwhitelisted, and you can hook up your Twitch subscription to our whitelist. So you get more perks for being a subscriber now. How cool is that? You get to be part of an amazing community. Alright, so job's done with fixing some redstone. 17 minutes in, you know, like, time goes quick. Time goes quick. It only started a week ago, says 4Gil. Yeah, like 6 days ago. Because it was Saturday midday that we launched this new season. Alright, okay, so we've done that. Now I think it's time to have a look around Loglands at all the things that I've done since we last streamed here. I think it's mostly this area over here. I think we actually left having not built this redstone, which simply moves signals across to a new location. So that's there. Built this aesthetic up. Built this one with the blast chamber. Still think I might want to attach a couple more lights to it here and there. But that's that. But then we've got a wall around the back here. Okay. Blackstone all across the back. Logs from up the top here on the underside. I know it's dark, but they have all been put in place. So on that front, we have the facade of the back here to fill in. And then when it comes to building and filling in elements, I need to do the roof of this. The blast chamber was blowing up parts of the build, so I need to figure that one out again. I think that's kind of it. Like, there's also... Okay, there's this. That's what we're going to come to in a second. Around the back here, it's probably best if I show you this without the free cam. Now... Ow. I was trying to go over that. I would consider this to basically be done, but I'm not really happy on this wall here and the way it just kind of opens up into this back area. So I think what I might do is make this wall more interesting and then give it a roof, some sort of way to connect over here, and then that's a lot tidier. But around here you'll see that we've got some dripstone. We've got the blackstone at the back, and then I've kind of let this build here just push up into the dripstone ceiling, which then transitions into this area. And I thought I was going to do a lot more tidying up of this ceiling, but I don't think it really needs it. Maybe over here there's a couple of spots where mobs might be able to spawn. But yeah, that's how we transition from having like it all enclosed to there being this sort of little area here. As you can see, this side here again a little bit flat. Maybe I'll change and tweak a couple of things here and there with time, but otherwise, like, it's kind of done, right? And when you get up to the top here, you got an entrance to this area, which I don't think I'm really going to do too much with. As I approach, though, it's going to strike me that maybe I want to put a door here. I feel like I'd want a door that you could slightly see through. Maybe bamboo actually would be a better shout for this. Let's go get some bamboo blocks. But that's how Loglands is progressing, you know? Wrong way. So not a lot to do. I thought on this stream I was going to be grinding out placing logs on the underside of the build. But I kept having like little moments here and there to log on and play for a little bit. And slowly chipped away at it. And yesterday during the Hermitcraft meeting, I just kind of grinded through the last of it. And then I was like, well, I guess we'll be doing some building today. However, I've been hit with a little bit of inspiration that might detract from that. The place where I was going to do building is where we're standing right here. Let's go drop off some stuff. Dev says, Loglands feels so alive, I can't express how. I want to make it feel more alive. I think something it's missing, which is kind of missing in all my builds, is having, like, inhabitants. So at some point, I feel like I might come around and fill this place up with, like, armor stands and people. But we'll see. But yeah, it probably feels alive because it's got so much going on. There's all these places to go to. That's the way I'd look at it. Oh, I see. That's actually that, okay. Maybe not that way. Maybe like that, so there's a tiny bit of depth. Uh-huh. I think that's just a little bit better overall, isn't it? Could always just have some Malays floating about doing their own thing. Yeah, although where would they pathfind to and from? You know what? There's a way in which we can make the note block they're attracted to silent, which I don't think I did down here. Yeah, look, I never put a player head on top of that. That's important. Because this thing makes sound. That's, by the way, that's another thing that isn't really connected up to Loglands properly yet. Alright, so if we head up this staircase, we end up inside of this building, and the build palette I decided should be like quite a few different logs all thrown together. And this is as far as I've gotten so far. There's things like the flowers that I've just been throwing in, and I'm not really sure if they're going to stay or not. But yeah, I just started building a shape and throwing it together, and it's going to be like a house or something in the corner over here, right? I don't know how tall it's going to be. Maybe its roof just sort of bleeds into the ceiling or something. But I'd say so far so good. What do you think, chat? Dev says, I think having everything interconnected is what does it for me. I feel like someone can walk around from one place to another, and it makes sense. Yeah, I like that aspect too. Having things walkable and connected really does. Yeah, I can see how that makes it feel lived, because that's how you'd get around it anyway, right? X, you notice the overlays are broken, no sub-follow counter. Well, stuff just stopped breaking for once. They are broken today. What's up with that? Let me just have a look again at that. That is... Alright, so... Yeah, there is just no information on the other side of that. It must be maybe like a Streamlabs broken thing today, because if that doesn't update, you know, I don't know why. Plant Crafty says, is he reading comments from Twitch only? No, I read comments from YouTube too. You think the mangrove is jarring? It is, I gotta say, it is the strongest element there, isn't it? I wanted to use mangrove. What would we use instead of mangrove? Like, I could see a cha-cha looking pretty good there. Or maybe just there. Maybe that's the only spot I don't really like them. I kind of like them here with the green. That's actually a keen observation. The goal was to mix lots of different wood types together. So one of the reasons I go for this one is the sort of... Oh, we're going to need more than that, aren't we? The transparent, like the see-through bits, I really like that. What else? Yeah, I won't have the other thing that I'm thinking of with me right now. Look at all these paths that I've added, and then I just drop down like that. I'm just like, nah. Now I'll make my own little way around. Could I replace the moss with pale moss? I could, but I think the moss... I think it really fits the colour theme that I'm going for here, right? Like bold and vivid. I don't think that's a spot to put in something that's not that saturated. Yeah, I'm so glad we got this music to listen to today. Nothing but good vibes over here. I'm not sure, actually, if that's too much better. It might just be one of those things where it'll take a minute to get used to it. I think it'll look good. I think it'll look good. It'll scale up. Speaking of which, the next few blocks to place are actually those ones just over here. But this is a little something that I just chip away at. It's been a while since we last streamed Loglands, and I've had like several different sessions working on this build, and it just like slowly gets to where it is now. And I kind of like working on it at that pace. Like, I don't have to have everything figured out right now. I'm just gonna roll in with it a little bit. Yeah, it definitely suits that side of things, doesn't it? And then for the area down here and these little details like adding the glass around here, it too is sort of like a little work in progress. Might add like a little roof around this area or something. Let's go put more of this in place. It's quite dark here as well. Try not to like overlight the build. The Stallion says, lesson of the day, X. Lesson of the day. Always ask X, as you never know if he's trolling or blissfully unaware. Yeah, a problem with being a troll is that, what's it like, the boy that cried wolf, right? Wait. Are we saying that the music stuff is broken? How? Oh, right. No, the music stuff might not be broken. Oh, there you go. There you go. So that's what that was about. Yeah, no, I have to like sometimes turn the music off for one stream, and then just forget to turn it back on. That's all. You know, it did cross my mind. I could have maybe made a note. I've noticed that, like, where I become reliant on making notes to remember stuff, I feel like if I don't make a note, I completely forget about things now, which is a bit concerning. It looks like an amusement park ride waiting queue. This does? I can understand an amusement park vibe here. I can almost imagine, like, this being the entrance to some sort of ride that's on the inside of the building. It does have a little bit of that vibe to it. And here's some squishies. Right, I'm looking for some spruce stairs. Oh, not enough. Not enough, mate. We've got loads of I did have loads of trapdoors. I must have put them back in here. Let's go ahead and make sure we got plenty of the stuff we need. And then probably going to need some scaffolding around the back here to get about. We've got scaffolding. Do we have scaffolding? Only 17. Jeez, where will I get more from, eh? Where on earth could I possibly get more from? Henkai K, welcome to the stream. You ADHDX, says Sorrow Meadows. I do not have ADHD. If you're in reference to memory, it's just it's either a getting old thing or an I don't know what thing. Could be an attention span thing, right? Attention spans are on the decline. 2, I think it's free. I think each one of these is free. And then at the top here you do this. If you can get to it. Then got to click on them all. Yo, that light be blinking over there, son. That light be blinking. Right, so we built the little window bit, then we build up the dark oak around it. And probably going to need some temporary blocks like that. Then when we get to here, like now we're kind of done. Like I haven't figured out what the next element is. Chat, maybe you can help me with this. Any ideas? Maybe, I think the way to go would be like a log. Now, something's just struck me though, is that we've done planks, then we've done strip logs. Maybe we should go back to planks again. And the idea is to be very colourful, and I think the brown is like the least colourful part. We've actually doubled up on brown in the middle here. So I think what we want to do above then is maybe put like another colourful combo again. Unstripped cherry logs and pale oak trapdoors. That's a nice combination, but I feel like we're going for more crayon colours, right? This is where I want to just immediately access the creative inventory screen. I really wish we could have that. Just in survival, quickly look things up, you know, like I'm just gonna drop off and we're gonna go to the storage system. Go with warped planks. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I had not thought about our netherwood, so I was trying to think of just the normal wood. So we don't have the netherwoods there, but that will fit in, no doubt. That probably would as well. This we actually haven't used in the build yet. That's a little pale. This I think also works. So we're looking at 3 different colors. And probably either of these would go in the mix, right? I feel like that might get a little too obnoxious compared to what we've already used in the build. This would fit in easy, but probably a little not too adventurous, right? I feel like it's going to be the cherry wood that's got to go up there. That's the direction I'm leaning in, the cherry woods. Now, it will have elements of these two around it. So you're talking about like pillars that go up. This is just below, and then look, your cherry wood's going to be somewhere around there. So with that, because I think that works as long as we find healthy plankton. Maybe we could get away with that. Jungle. I think mangrove might be in with a shout. Might be helpful just to use slabs to kind of like visualize the type of window or something. I don't want to use the same ones we just used on the strip logs either. Yeah, let's see it like that. Although it will be in the dark as well. So if I could come up with another window shape that incorporates these kind of elements. Yeah, there'd be some offsetting here, right? I feel like it'd be useful to just offset this a little bit. Cherry, says Sparrow. I think cherry is definitely the direction that we're heading in, right? You're getting Neapolitan ice cream vibes. Yeah, definitely. So with that offset, that's kind of handy. Trying to visualize a few other ideas here to make these windows a little different. Let's go for like a glass pane thing. That's very, very... How is that? I just middle clicked it and it's like, have the wrong thing. I could see that working. I could see that working. The mangrove acts as a nice transition. That's for sure. What if we went the other direction and we pulled it forward? And we went like that. And then in here we put in like slabs or something. I think it could kind of work either way. I think it's about like what direction is best for it to go in. King Aknatus, thanks for tuning in. See you later. Any other input you want to share with me, chat? Mangrove and pale oak. I'll tell you what we haven't done. We haven't swapped this out for that. I think the pale oak is not colourful is the problem, and it's quite a contrast. Although it looks okay, I think yeah, it's too contrasty, right? It's too much of a swing. Whereas mangrove kind of gets us from dark oak. Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, mangrove gets us from dark oak to cherry like quite easily. And it kind of it helps with this. You know, that might be it right there, you know. Bear says pale oak doesn't work, it doesn't have the vibe. I agree. So maybe that's it. Like sometimes you will just arrive at the thing sooner than expected. That's a really good way to... Oh, that's... Okay, I felt like there was something missing, and now I feel like I've found that. So, thanks, brain. I think my brain was like, trapdoors. Why not just oak, says Nazura Plays. I feel like oak isn't as colourful. We're going for like quite a colourful palette here, and it's only the middle, the brown, that's going to be like the more neutral colour, essentially. Now, as far as cherrywood goes, I don't think I've got much. Let's go find out. Let's go for... Oh, there's a creeper. You think the trapdoors are oversaturated a bit? They are a touch, but that can be good because... Did you notice how it brought a contrast to the existing cherrywood? That element of it was decent. That might just be enough to pull us through on this build. I've got loads of mangrove over there. I don't even need to check. Good job, Brain, says Autumn Leaves. Exactly. Well done, Brain. Thanks for that. That was quite alright, wasn't it? Maybe jungle trapdoors instead of cherry, says Bear. I don't think jungle's got the right touch. Here's the thing, like, I kind of feel like this has got one more floor in it of color, and then maybe one more floor of brown, or like it's the ceiling going up into the darkness. So I'm feeling quite good about what we've just come up with. So I reckon we'll see it through a little bit. What stuff are we not exactly using right now? These blocks aren't really in the mix, are they? Don't think we're going to be putting down any bamboo. What we do want is some mangrove stuff, including fences. More fences. And that kind of looks like that's it for that one. And now, this would have been criminal earlier in the season. I would have been crying at the idea of using a mangrove wood to make sticks. But now it's like, If you got them, use them. Alright, so now we've got plenty of that. And the other one that we needed was this. And we kind of actually already built the thing that we want to build. So we go up there and we just put it into place, really. I was watching on your TV over on YouTube and had to hop over and say that you love the use of cherry and red glass. Nice! Thanks. Yeah, no, the red glass worked very nice with the cherry, didn't it? Let's pop over here then. So now I was going to say that these will continue going upwards, but it might be to the detriment of the build to keep them like exactly the same. I'm not entirely sure. Now, what we actually did is we knocked the cherry back by putting these like so. And when I come and look at this, I'm kind of thinking, okay, first of all, that's too short. I'm kind of thinking it might do better swinging the other direction. Jad Roppin says, how's it going, X? It's going all right. Your name I can barely read because it is black. It is only barely visible on my screen. Okay, so we do that. We run the same experiment again, right? See, now I'm thinking that could work. One thing it's going to miss is having this. I'm not sure if I want to use that again. Okay, on this one here, we're going to try, like, what if it was facing forward? And this time, I'm actually going to put some of the cherry in place as well. Wow, how close are we to the... I can't even tell. I cannot tell. Like, what if I shoot an arrow? That feels like it's not too far away from the ceiling. Over here, yeah, This thing's going to go close to the ceiling, isn't it? Basically. I feel like the shape should go forward, but based on what we just built, we're probably going to end up going back, right? Oh, I'm going to need like a whole bunch of blocks underneath here. I don't think I've even got like some spare junk blocks for this. Something like stone would do. Or just something that's out of place. Let's grab that basalt. You love seeing Redstoners do more building things and be amazing at it, says Rat King. Thank you. Am I part of the amazing at it category? I don't consider myself amazing at this. I'm just trying really hard. Because when people ask how to build, like I'm someone who felt like they didn't know how to build at some point, and the lesson is like, as much as you can learn from other people, it's always about doing it yourself. Like, you don't learn anything until you start actually trying to be a better builder. Basically, you know? And then you learn little things. And so slowly, season by season, you know what? It works. It works. I feel like... Actually, I feel like it pushing backwards may actually be better. Side by side, this doesn't look like the right direction anymore. So let's double up our efforts. I think we'll see something come together now. Yo, Mr. CP over on YouTube with another super chat. Last time I asked your favorite Pokemon, forgot. You know, I thought I didn't have an answer for you, but when I was a young kiddie playing Pokemon, when it was like actually a new thing and not an old thing like it is now, it wasn't something that had been around for a long time, right? Ooh, would that be Dark Oak there? It might not. I think I'm going to experiment with this just being cherry from this level here. So when Pokemon was like the new thing that all the cool kids were doing, I did actually have a favorite. I can't remember which one it was because there was like it and an evolved one, but I liked Growlithe and its evolved one. I decided that those would be my favorites. And as an adult, you know, I wouldn't be able to pick a favorite because then I would be doing some sort of disservice to another Pokemon that I hadn't picked, because I have a problem with favorites apparently. Arcanine, yeah, that sounds like it. I think it was actually, I can't remember which one, honestly. I remember both of them. I don't really remember if I decided that I liked the evolved one more or whatever, but that was supposedly my favorite Pokemon. You know, I had the cards, wasn't exactly a rare one or anything special, but I felt some sort of, for some reason I had to pick a favorite, you know, because that's what people do, and I decided that one. Plus, it's cute, you know. It's a cool Pokemon. It's not like, I don't know. There's nothing bad about it. Ah, there's a red glass. You got to always make 3. I knew there was something off with that. The reason you always got to make 3 is because then it divides down nicely, and you don't have extra items in your inventory. There you go, that makes a whole stack, right? Not like a stack, a partial stack and some other stuff filling up your inventory. Growlithe has always been your favourite, says Autumn Leaves. Yeah, it's like a puppy, isn't it? That's probably why I liked it, because it's like a cute little puppy. So there you go. Asuma's favourite Pokemon, Growlithe. Everstrew says, did I miss Pokemon talk? Yeah, the first 40 minutes of this stream has just been dedicated to nothing but Pokemon. But chat's getting sick of that, aren't you? Oh, X, you and your Pokemon talk. Stop going on about it. Well, we'll give it a break. You were busy opening Pokemon. Dude, I've been busy all day with my Pokemon cards, you know? Opening them, closing them, opening them again. Oh, doing those other Pokemon things, you know. Getting them all. Oh, I got all the Pokemons today. I did that. Yeah, I'm a big Pokemon guy, me. Got all the Pokemons. Opened, closed them. What else did I do today, chat? What else did I do? Wait. X is in my copper shop threatening to call the Popo. Say what? What's that about? You can't be threatening to call the Popo over some copper. I think there is some catching involved too, says Moloch. Yeah, I caught them. I was catching mostly all of them. Was doing that, yeah. I had to catch them all. Now, will Impulse figure out that I am trying to fly alongside him? Wait, where'd he go? Oh, he's there.
Hello.
Hi, are we meeting in midair? Are we doing it?
Yeah, we met in midair there.
Nice.
I just gave you a ton of my diamonds for copper blocks.
Really? Shao was telling me nasty things. They were saying you were going to grass me up to the Popo.
Oh yeah, I am going to do that.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
You don't have any ender chests in there, man.
There's an ender chest at the entrance.
At the entrance, but here's the thing. You don't really know what you're going to buy until you're in the shop. You know what I mean? That's like putting an ATM outside the shopping mall.
That's true.
You know?
That's how we do things here in the UK. We got a high street. The cash machine's on the outside, not the inside of the building.
Okay.
It's cultural differences, man.
You got to have your money accessible right when you want to make the purchase.
Yeah, you're right. I can go make an amendment then. I'll put in some ender chests. I'll do that, and you won't grass me up, right? Oh, you'll even provide the ender chests. Wow.
I'll provide the ender chests.
Why do you have so many ender chests on you?
Etho is the smartest Minecrafter alive.
Okay.
And he does it, so I just mimic him.
I see. It's because of that obsidian, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen Etho's putting like essential items into a bundle now?
Is he really?
Yeah, it's pretty damn smart. Like, I've been doing...
Whoa.
So I was doing this, but then you'll notice that this isn't filled up with essential items. It's just like a bunch of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But imagine you put in like a crafting bench, an anvil, an ender chest, a other thing that you use all the time. That's in your bundle?
Oh, yeah. Just one of each. Just one of each.
Have you used...
you don't fill it up.
Have you used them much, the bundles?
No, not really.
Well, grab one right there. Then in your inventory, if you've got a bunch of random items, right, like put them in little piles of 1, and then put them in the bundle.
That's the thing. My inventory is basically full stacks of just about everything. Here, I can do a few things. Okay, but I've quickly filled half the bundle with just
do you have at least like 3 or 2 items in it?
Yeah.
So like hover over it and just scroll the mouse wheel.
Oh!
Yeah.
Wait, okay, hold on. Why did that just pop back out of my... That's cool. Okay, so you can pick which one you're... If you scroll up, though, it does something weird.
Oh, scroll up?
When I scroll up, it pops it to another spot in my inventory.
That's
super
funky.
Weird.
Whoa!
Does yours do that?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, if I'm scrolling down, it's fine. Second I scroll up, boom, pops it into another spot in my inventory.
Dude.
Item scroller mod.
Oh, I was gonna say
I'm scrolling.
It's like modded, yeah.
Okay, but this is normal. Okay, so and then you can see. Wait, it opens the bundle on the top of it visually.
Yep.
And pops out the item. And then if I just do this, it just How do I actually pop it out? Right click.
You got to
it pulls it out. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
right click is it? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's so much better. Okay, they really have made a difference on how you can put stuff in and out of bundles. That's cool.
I'm still learning, man. It's really good though. I didn't.
Before you dump everything on the floor and it's like, okay, I'll pick them up until I get what I want. Like, this is much better.
Dude, like I knew about this, but I haven't been doing it myself. But now that I'm looking at it again, it's like, yeah, you could put. I think you can put up to like 8 items in that are visible. So just picture a little bundle somewhere, and it's got like those 8 items in, you know, like a crafting bed, and you just do a little scroll and pull it out.
Because you always have the things that you keep on you for those, you know, like I want to keep a water bucket on me. I never know when I'm going to need just one thing of water.
Yeah. The thing with that is it's a whole stack. I think a water bucket fills up the entire bundle. It's just silly.
It's a non-stackable. Yeah. Okay, I wish they would not do that. Could you imagine if they could let you put shulker boxes in it?
You can.
Right? Wait, what?
Yeah, it has. I think it has to be an empty shulker box
that have stuff in it. Okay. Yeah. Imagine if you had like a full shulker box and they let you put that in it. That would be insane.
Yeah, that'd be OP. And then that shulker box has bundles in it. With shulker boxes in it?
And then it just keeps going and going and going. Yeah, perfect.
You can put a bundle in a bundle. What the heck? So you could, in your little bundle in your inventory, you could keep more bundles. That's silly.
That's a good idea. Here's that back.
So one bundle though takes up the equivalent of 4 items. Huh. I don't know how they math that.
Okay, so again, like with the horns. Right, the goat horns.
Okay, yeah, those ones.
Is that gonna fill them up super quick?
Yeah, that's full with a goat horn.
Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, if they took away the stackable stuff.
Oh God!
Just me.
They're still in the game. I can't believe it.
Don't
it's
go,
2025.
Don't go dying. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know about you, man, but I'm like super nervous now.
I've set my spawn, so as long as no one messes with that, I'm good. So where do you keep your bed?
I have they're all over. I have lots of beds. Sometimes I click different ones, you know, keep people guessing.
Oh, right, yeah. And you're not going to tell me where any of them are?
No, because I know how people are.
Yeah. I wouldn't do anything to your bed, Impulse. I'm not a meanie.
No, Skiz sent me a screenshot of him actively swinging a pickaxe at my bed.
Oh, that cheeky devil.
Yeah. Second I mentioned how nervous I was about this whole thing.
Oh man, there's going to be a lot of trolling.
I'm back to holding the totem too, just in case.
Oh, that's a good
idea.
It doesn't
help that my game is supposed to kill you 5 times plus.
Do you have a farm for the totem?
No, I just get them from Tango.
Oh, okay.
Which I even think he's probably running out.
Has anyone got a shop for them?
No, I don't think so. I know Jevin just made a new raid farm though.
I'll have to hit Jevin up then, yeah.
Yeah, he might be selling them.
Most seasons I've built like a cheaty farm and I have like infinite totems. You know? This season, though, all my totems have been legit, but I think I run out.
Oh.
I'll have to go check.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Really?
Leave us in peace!
Because the first time wasn't enough.
Yeah, they keep coming at you.
I blame Mumbo. Every time I see those things, I blame Mumbo.
Oh, for the vote. I think I might have as well. I don't know. I can't remember that far back.
I don't even remember what the other options were for that vote. I just know that
One of them looked like the breeze, didn't it? Like it was like a blaze-like mob. Sure of it.
Oh, like a super blaze.
Yeah.
Or something, right? See, that would have been fun.
I don't know. This is the thing with the mob vote, right? Like, is that everyone imagines that the alternatives were way better, but like, look at how bad the Phantom is. Like, the other ones could have been just as annoying. Who knows?
I don't know what we were thinking, why we thought it would be a good mob.
Because we didn't know what we were voting for. Yeah.
I don't know if I voted for it. I can't remember. I blame
Well, the mob votes are over. They're dead. They're done.
Yeah. Do you think, okay, you want to theorize, because you're real big into the updates to do all the update videos. Do you think past mob votes that they didn't get selected, do you think they will end up implementing them someday?
Possibly. I think they created a bit of a problem for themselves because people didn't get that it's like a way for you to interact. We'll present some ideas. You choose one. You feel like you're a part of the process, right? That's the idea. But people then go and they take it in this other direction, like, oh, the other things you could have added were better, even though they don't know how they would have turned out. And then they act like they're features that are like locked away, never to be able to be put into the game again, right? Like it's spun in a negative direction. And I think Mojang have seen how there's like a bit of a negative atmosphere in the community. And with this latest update, they're really adding things that the community constantly asks for. And I think they dropped the mob drop because they noticed how much negativity it was creating. So if they're going to continue to like try and give us what they think we want, I reckon, yeah, we could get some of those. But at the same time, if they start doing that, I don't know, the community could get a bit uppity about it.
Yeah, like so let's say they announce next drop that they're going to do the copper golem.
Yeah.
At that point, do people then expect them to do everything?
Exactly.
Didn't pass the vote.
Exactly, because then
now
it's
they're
like,
let
well, we
down
voted
because they don't.
Some people are going to turn up and go, well, we voted for the other one. Why is this one in the game now, right? Like,
yeah, we didn't vote for that. It can't win.
It's all just too much overthinking. Like, as I'm saying all of this, I'm just sitting here like, I'm cool with whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal. It's just Minecraft, right? They'll continue to add stuff. It'll be fun.
Fireflies. They better give us the real fireflies.
Well, we got
half
a firefly. They cut it in half.
Good. I like that. Meet in the middle. And then they did show the down trees, like a couple Minecraft lives or whatever they're called now ago.
Do you mean the trees, the fallen tree logs?
Yeah, the fallen tree logs.
Yeah, so they've actually been in like Bedrock for the longest time. But now it's on Java.
Thing.
Yeah, it's a parity thing. But people love it. Okay. I was kind of like, yeah, it's good that it's here, but I wouldn't get that excited about it. But people love it.
Cool. I think it adds some realism, some atmosphere.
It does. Yeah,
I like it.
More to see on your travels, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Make the areas feel a little more unique.
Yep. Well, thanks for having abundant supply of copper blocks. I might still need more. We'll see. I can't afford anymore.
We'll see how it goes because that is the last of my supplies. Like I am running down because my farm is broken and it's going to be very tough to fix it. So with the trial chambers, I was kind of expecting to like not sell anymore, and then literally since trial chambers has been added, I've made the most sales of copper over there. It's ridiculous.
I know. As everybody's like, as I was going to buy them, they're just like, why don't you just go tear down a trial chamber? I'm like, because I can't be bothered. I'd rather just give you my diamonds.
Yeah.
If I'm broke. So, convenience.
Well, there we go. I've learned something.
Don't underestimate convenience, you know.
I might have to look into fixing the farm then. Right, I'll go place these ender chests.
All right.
See you around, dude.
I will not sell you out to the popo. You're good.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, see ya.
Well, there you go. We're not going to get sold out. That's pretty good. Thanks for the heads up in chat. Always nice to bump into another hermit on the server, right? So yeah, 2 ender chests out the front. Ugh, I could put them here. I think the reason I never put ender chests in this area was because, I don't know, they feel like it would end up feeling like, and there's the ender chest, like, put somewhere, right? So currently, like, I could put one here. Just remove that trapdoor, so that's not so bad. That feels very, okay. But then on this side, it's like, well, it's in the middle. Oh, do you know what, actually? We could do that. Okay. Don't tell anyone this ever, but... Oh! It's not all copper! Oh my god. The build is ruined. Let's go over to this side. Now actually change that one as well. And, you know, I'm up a few ender chests because I think that's all we need. Like, I could also put one in here, maybe? Has anyone brought... Wait. So, Impulse did not buy one of these. I didn't think to check what Impulse had just brought. I guess I could just do that. I want my trapdoor, please. Oh my god, I wonder if the trapdoor... Oh, ow! Oh wait, I can put that there. Let's shift click. Yes, let's do that. Aha. Now I should be able to place that. Then come down a block, right? That's how that works. Alright. Yeah, I got a trapdoor shop outside as well. Mr. CP, thank you so much for another super chat. You missed the crab. Oh yeah, and then they added the whole reach distance thing, like in the game code. So like there were obviously some plans to support that. Okay, that hasn't had any. Wait a minute, I was supposed to check the ones over here as well. There were clearly plans to support the crab if it got voted for. We had noise in the ear, by the way. Spicy Clouds, thank you for the Amazon Prime. As an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can join our community. Ooh, diamonds. Ah, creeper! Oh my god! Oh god, I killed it. Don't worry about that. Yeah, thank you for using the Prime. Sir Wizalot, also with the Prime. 12 months. That's the other type. Yo, that's where the diamond... Jeez, man. Woo! Woo, profits. Yeah, so Wizalot, thank you for the Prime subscription. You can use that to join our wonderful Let's Play Minecraft Together community. That was quite a lot of profits, by the way. You know? There's some more. Jeez, this place. Maybe I do need to invest in getting this up and running again. Because that is a lot of diamonds, like... Whew, you know? You think the reach could be a beacon effect? That is a cool idea for a beacon effect. Alright. Upgrade beacons, right? Prevent mob spawning. That would be cool. You know, now might be a good time. It feels like Minecraft have been listening... Mojang have been listening to the community a bit more, right? Like, this interface... Maybe on secondary power, there's room for, like, some full beacon extras there or something. So I reckon tinted glass on top of a beacon. Let's get rid of that beacon beam or make it very minor. Or what if tinted glass just reduced like 10% visibility? That could give you the option to have like more control. Like from completely invisible to 100% visible. With tinted glass blocks, you could reduce it maybe 10 or 20% at a time. Right, so that's a cool thing. Give people more control. Can't go wrong with that. Surely not. Next thing. Prevent mob spawning would be nice. Next thing after that. Extend the build reach. That's such a cool idea. Such a cool idea. Okay, let's do that first of all. So 128. Like 130. 180. Just need 3 of those. Let's go ahead. Now that we know it's 180. You know what? I'll leave it like that. That's good. So 180. Yo, did I not pick up that redstone? Oh no, the dyes. Yeah, okay, right. I know where that is. We were doing some stuff with dyes. I've actually got 3 left over. Huh. How did that happen? I didn't put them in here. There you go, full stack. Okay, 180. 180 is the number. Yeah, that 539, that was insane. 180. The total then being 1 there, but then 2 here. So 4,206. We might make it to 5,000 this season. Dang, that's crazy. You know, I will need a copper farm. I think no matter what, I'm going to need a copper farm. I don't think you can kind of like mine stacks of copper from the trial chambers at that kind of intensity. Yeah, we're just going to keep building this thing up, I guess. Go around like this, put a few over here, a few over there, right? I think one more on top there, ain't a bad thing. Maybe one more there, 2 more to go. Maybe they can start going down into here at some point. Dang, we got diamonds. This is solid, man. It ain't, you know, it ain't no con. It's solid diamonds. Okay, yo, Salus Hidden, thank you for the Prime subscription, 19 months. Expelled Winter, thank you for 4 months. Tier 1 subscription coming through there. Here's a funny thing. I don't have the light on in my room. Usually I've got it on when I stream. It's been such a sunny day that I haven't had the light on, right? You know, it's been winter and all. And now, when I talk, it lights up the room in front of me a little bit because the microphone lights up with the sound of my voice. And so when I get a little bit hype and a little bit loud, just notice now the room turns blue a little bit. Let's go ahead and adjust the old desk, eh? Sunny day. It's been raining here all day long, says Fork. Forky, what do you mean? Do you mean there's different weather somewhere else in the world? That doesn't make any sense to me. What are you talking about? Considering the conduit exists, I think Mojang could make something unique to stop mob spawning. Maybe a reward for going to the deep dark or something. Yeah, I reckon it's something they could look at. Invite me to the server, I will be your copper farm. I think that will get me in trouble. That smells like corruption. Abusing powers to get copper. I don't think I'll do that. Right. Yeah, then we got the orange thing coming up. Okay, we've got to get back into the swing of this. And I actually think in a little bit we'll take a break from building, though. Although we kind of just did. That's the weird thing. We kind of just did take a little bit of a break. So we got enough cherry wood to make it work on this side. I need more fence posts. I need more trapdoors. Starting to come back to me a little bit, you know. Mobs don't spawn in Ancient City, so that would make sense. That is, yeah, I like that kind of reasoning. What about crab? What do you say? I think extended reach distance through beacon makes so much more sense than it being like a tool. That was one of the things that sounded a bit odd about that idea, is like, how are we implementing this? Because, like, you don't want to have yet another thing to carry around just to help you build. And you don't want to then have to hold it to reach further. It felt a little off. Maybe the way they were going to implement it would make sense when they got to that stage, but trying to imagine how it worked, it seemed a bit odd. Why does it say Wizotalk at the top? Let's check what's happened there. It says Wizotalk because Wizotalk has followed over here on Twitch. For some reason, all the other stuff is broken today. And if I read it or not a minute ago, Expelled Winter, thank you for 4 months. I think I read Salus Hidden. I'm not sure if I read Expelled as well. But thank you for the support. Thank you for the subscriptions. As I've been saying, being a subscriber means you can now join the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. So if you've got Amazon Prime, it's like, and you get access to a Minecraft server if you use it over here, which is pretty cool. You was understanding it would be an offhand item, says Callie. That's kind of how I remembered it, right? And that didn't really sound like, you know, I'm building, now I've got to swap out some item onto my offhand. I mean, technically right now I'm not playing with anything on my offhand, right? Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Right, let's come around the back here, add some lighting. Add some baked beans. So that might be the last time we have lighting here. And I think what we got to do is we got to probably put the like a dark wood finish at the top. Maybe even mangrove just going up into the darkness. What I'm sort of seeing is that the shape of the build, yeah, it all kind of leans back a little bit. So I think the final thing on the top needs to lean forward. So what we'll do is we'll come up here a little bit and place these like so. You can barely see a thing. Which is kind of actually what I want up here. It's getting near to that roof. Let's go ahead and put a torch down temporarily. Temporarily. If I could even say it. Whoa! I hear you groaning. Right, so that's that. I think that's settled, that we like that it's good. The next thing, all these blocks are actually kind of in the way. They is just temporary. They temporary, right? So we want to bring our cha-cha up. Oh, I've got very little cha-cha left. Yikes. I'm not in the mood for doing more log stuff. Chopping trees right now. I've been doing that non-stop. It's loglands, right? So does this here go back with it? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or maybe it comes forward and gets wider. I think I might actually just leave that there for now. Let's use that. We've got so limited blocks. Let's just use it to have a little think. Like, it'll probably definitely be back at this level. It's just a case of, do I want to bring another row of logs up with it? That's all where my thinking's at. I think width is something it's missing as well, actually. Like, I like the idea of this, like, this thing pushing out a little bit and these blocks not being perfectly in line with what's below. Might be a bit tricky to pull that off. Or alternately, maybe they push in. I'm trying to imagine them all being like one block across. I think that's where we're gonna just leave it be for now. I don't think we're really gonna get too much more out of where my mind is at right now, which is fine because I've got like another project to do. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of this is just here to like help us visualize a lot of the time. So before we move on to the next project of the stream, I'm going to quickly throw an ender pearl up here. Oh, I missed. Going to drop down onto that. And I want to just build this up a little bit so I can give myself another look. See how we feel about it. Maybe what it needs is one of them across the middle here, right? Like we take that break and put it across here. I think that's what we're going to do, yeah. Maybe I can do it so it's slightly lower. Or slightly higher. I think slightly higher. So I'm going to get a temporary block. I'm going to put that there, break the temporary block. So that'll be our window below. Then we're going to have our mangrove stairs. And this thing will just be like one block wide, I guess. If I'm looking at it all correctly, which I think I am. And I probably won't put in the fence posts here because then we'll block up a lot of the cherry look. So we've got that going on. Yeah, maybe there'll even be 3 blocks tall. And I think we're definitely going to need to extend the chacho wood out the front. But like I said, just about got there. Kind of want to get some more wood together so we can see this at a larger scale. But that's some good work today. I feel like we picked the right thing. Definitely picked the right thing. Now I'm going to nip to the loo, as I do, with some rhymes and all that other stuff. While I'm gone, check out Tunnel Rats. If you've not heard of this before, it's a game that I've released on the Bedrock Marketplace. You can get it on Java as well. Here's a little preview of the action while I disappear for a moment. I'm back. Heart Gamer says, but Tunnel Rats is really fun, and so is LPM4. It's all good, isn't it? Forgil said it was fun seeing the HD recap showing LPM4 instead of Tunnel Rats while saying Tunnel Rats. I noticed that. I was watching it and I was like, am I being silly, or is there something wrong here? Like, I feel like they're talking about one thing and showing another. So it wasn't in my head. That's good to know. Wow, we've not got a lot of space left in this one. Or that one. Okay, here's where the space is. Yeah, definitely gonna... Oh, not that. Definitely gonna do something with this bundle thing. I mean, maybe you could store food, rockets, and ender pearls in it. Definitely want to investigate that bundle thing a bit more. Like, I understood it from the way it was described, the whole useful blocks in there, but then when you actually see it, and it's like, oh... Wait, this is way better than I thought. Alright, let's go fly around the server. So, I was watching Scar's episode the other day, and he showed what Grian had been up to. And I thought it was kind of cool. It gave me a little bit of an idea. An idea as in, why didn't I do that? Or maybe there's something else you could do this with, right? But anyway, fields of wheat. Oh, the sunflowers. That's really good. Yeah, actually, oh gosh, just adding a few details in. So, and the tree. Wow, that is nice. Yeah, look at this. This is wonderful, right? Okay. So let's not forget that. And now let's fly over to Loglands, and I'll show you. You'll figure it out as we get there, but there's some area around Loglands that could do with some love, you know, some care and attention. Let's say I've not seen Mumbo's build from over here. Mumbo's been on it with the building, right? This is looking great. Looking awesome. What's this tower here behind me? It's super cool. Yeah, Mumbo's been really getting into it. Also, these containers. These look like the ones that we put together Oh, that's nice. Put together in the shopping area. Laying in the text though, dang, that looks so good. Especially the way it's a little bit darker under the slab. It like makes the letter pop. That's super cool. Yeah, Mumbo's area is great, isn't it? Right, here it is. Look, big island, right? Small island, smaller island, island. I was thinking, why don't we clear out this island and fill it up with wheat? Because there's like a end of activity border on this side of Loglands, right? Jevon's going to be building his castle up there. You got Jevon's base. We got the art gallery. Eventually the plan is to take the biome stuff that we did here. Do you know what? How much of this here is Jevon? I can't remember because we did a bunch of custom biome stuff, and I think some of that might have been ripped out for this, which is fine. But yeah, anyway, custom biome stuff, right? We can push that all the way across this space maybe, because there's like a river that runs through here. So we can make all of that look interesting when we get to that part. Around these little sides, we'll have more custom biome bits. I'm thinking maybe lots of mini mushrooms in this area. But then when you look out across, like now we reach the empty part of the server where like, this isn't anyone's home. There's nothing going on here. And what is a good way to make that look more interesting? Well, fields of wheat. Now, looking at Grian's fields of wheat, I wasn't aware of the details, like the sunflowers and stuff. So now I'm thinking, maybe not wheat, right? Like, what else could we make a giant field of? Like, at first it felt like just an easy way to come over here and make this space feel a little bit more lived in. But now that I see like there's a bit more of a level of artistry to what's going on over there, it makes me feel like maybe we should seek out something like that for this space. Yo, Zio Zin, thank you for subscribing over here on Twitch. Much appreciate the support, my dude. Thwip does some interesting fields. Oh, okay. I'm aware of Thwip. Thwip's an amazing builder. What kind of things does Thwip do with the builds then? I mean, I plan on... we could do this right now. I don't actually have to chop down these trees straight away. But I plan on just opening up a creative screen and looking at flowers, looking at a bunch of stuff, and then being like, which one of these fit together, right? Field of potatoes, yeah. So let's go give it a shot. Let's pop over here. We're done with this. Don't need this anymore. Ah! Oh, that feels so bad. That feels so bad. There was a block above there that needs fixing now. If you don't know what this is, it's my Season 11 storage system for the next season of Hermitcraft. We're that far ahead. There were just so many things that needed to be fixed. Right, let's do that. Come back to this area. And we should be able to scale up some crops and stuff. So, like, you could maybe get away with doing things like putting candles over a certain block, and it kind of looks like you've got a field of plants. But with this one, I kind of feel like keeping it close to what it should be makes sense. I don't think there's a lot of other stuff in this game you can get away with. Maybe plastering it with... I think you need more of a contrast against the grass. If you had a different colored block underneath your grass, I think on a mass scale it could look really cool. But we're not looking for like mega effort. This is just like background. But if you did this over and over again, it would probably look really cool, right? Partially because it's something you don't see too often. So what happens with farmland and seeds, when they're fully grown, by seeds I mean wheat, you get that really nice contrast of the brown and the yellow. So like there's actually something super similar going on there, right? As soon as you get a grass block and it's regular dirt, then it'll start spreading everywhere and you'll lose that nice contrast. So if you go across and turn everything into farmland, then... Ooh. If you turn everything into farmland, then what you're going to get is another contrast. Now those will be a pain to do on a large scale. I think they're a bit too colourful to cover a field with. Too much noise. Beetroot totally works. As will potato and carrot, I imagine. It's just which one's going to look best at scale. I feel like the green here is actually quite strong compared to what's below it, and then you're basically picking a hint of another color. I got a feeling I'm going to lean towards carrots. And when you see them at different heights, you'll probably hide a bit of the green. This is my favorite though, by the way, because the grass will also place different every single time, whereas the carrots will be perfectly positioned. That's what potatoes look like. They're taller and they don't fill out the block as much. Actually, I think beetroots might look really cool. I think I might go for beetroots. I feel like they fill out the space a little more. They're a bit lower. The red provides like a vivid contrast. Beetroots are very good at scale, says Pax. Yeah, I'm just seeing how that could be so right now. The other idea is to mix all three, maybe. Like if you're at a distance and all three of these things are just like randomly mixed up, that could be good. Now, you can get these by creating villager farms. I'm really not in the mood for building yet another farm at the moment. We can use bone meal to get a lot of these, right? Can we grow them in a dark room or a... I'm pretty sure we can just grow them automatically, actually. So let's say we go... like we want a piston in the mix. That's part of how we harvest it, right? We want a dispenser. I should just be going to this tab over here. Right, so you're going to feed in bone meal. Got it on a clock. Every so often you're going to... Oh, wait, it's the replanting, isn't it? It's the replanting. So no, this has to be a... has to be a player one. Give a bunch of farmer villagers a variety of seeds and let them run wild. That might work, but then they'd be out in the open, exposed to the elements. If the entire thing was made out of farmland, mobs wouldn't spawn on it, right? But then could drowns come out of the water at night and kill the villagers off? Maybe flowers. So, yeah, okay. So another approach to this is to just... where are we going to see all of them together? It's like mass... Get a bunch of flowers en masse and then spam them down. I think like having a mix of tulips. But again, I think one of the important distinctions here is to place it on a block that you get that contrast from, right? Maybe not with flowers, actually. Maybe not. Oh, that's not the way to do it. Wait, is it? Oh, yeah, grass block. There we go. Oh, yeah, I've got this as well. Ooh, I tell you what, we've got pink petals right now. What about the one that we're going to get in the next update, the yellow one? So I think doing that, like in random orientations across the field, probably won't work. Might work if you had a better block underneath it. Anyway, what I want to do is just take this, do that, and then maybe like stack it twice that way. Like that, I don't think that's too exciting. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't have the depth, I think, mixing all three of these together will. What about a 50-50 random scatter of potato and carrots? They fit well together. I think all three would be fine. It's just now I realise we're going to have to set up villager farms and... I kind of just not in the mood for that. I've done it so many times over the years. But, you know, I'll just start with a little bit of research, maybe remind myself how easy it is to work with villagers, right? But yeah, there's definitely something to this idea. I think we'll go in the direction of using these over here. And maybe if I want to get crazy, like this, could build a grass farm. Fill up the entire island with that, I reckon would look amazing. Maybe we'll do that on one of the small islands, you know? And then as for the tall flowers, wait a minute, we've got to use this. Like, I think throwing in a few rose bushes here and there might work. Delvicia, thank you ever so much for using the Prime subscription. Very much appreciate you using that on me. You can use it to join the Let's Play Minecraft Together server. I hope you enjoy the community and playing on the server there. Yeah, so like you can throw in these. I think the sunflowers just fit so well in a field like this, right? In the wheat field especially. I mean, the other thing we can do, we can copy exactly what Grian did, just because it makes sense to, right? Like, it works. Why complicate it? I think a few of those here and there would look cool. I just, you know, I feel like being creative is about partially copying and partially putting in a bit of your own idea, right? So I'm more inclined to try and do it different, but again, I could just pick wheat and be like, that looks really cool. Now, are there any other options we haven't looked at here? I'm not sure if I don't think you can you get away with spamming these en masse and them not growing into trees? I don't think so. Possibly you could, I think it's hard to make a large fern farm. But yeah, possibly there's like a couple of other natural blocks here that you could deploy en masse to get an aesthetic. I'm not seeing them right now. Berry bushes, yeah. That's because they're in food, aren't they? So these will eventually all grow red. I quite like that one, but then eventually it's going to have that pop of red in it. Now, because they're all centralized, they don't quite have the charm of when they're moved around a little bit. I think at scale they can work, but you want a different block below them, something with color. I don't know. Food for thought. Try a wine field. Yeah, I'm sort of looking for something low effort, which is what I thought wheat would be. And it would. Okay, let's go back to the server. Wheat would be low effort, because I've already got the seeds for it, right? I just have to get over there. Oh yeah, it's nighttime now. Right, there's a new rule on the server. Pumpkin and Bunny, thank you for 5 months of support. Howdy, howdy. Following my 51-hour week of overtime at work, along with being in overtime for 2 months straight. You've been banned from overtime for the next month or so. Sounds like you've been working like a beast. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 5 months, my dude. Banned from doing overtime. It's crazy. Yeah, look at... Oh, maybe not. So we accumulate seeds here, but I thought we had a crazy amount. And you know what? We did have a crazy amount. I think I threw them all on the floor so that this could build up again. Yikes. So I don't have a lot of seeds because they're something that you tend to get rid of when they clog up your inventories. Oh dear. But yeah. Eventually this thing will give us tons and tons of seeds. So we can get seeds from somewhere. A little bit of AFKing might help, you know? Dude, the noises they make are so funny. Yeah, so we'll leave that there, and good to know that we didn't actually have that many seeds there. I won't rush into this project then. What about just some reeds, paths, and small points for fishing boats? Yeah, I'm not looking... Okay, I'm looking for like a low effort thing here. Like, you just grind out, spam that whole thing. I'm not looking to go artistic, right? If this were like, let's say, a part of the server that I walked through on foot a lot, like around the base here, I would put in the time to do that. This is like background for loglands, so I kind of just want to like spam and be effective. Is essentially the approach that I'm looking for. Can't you make it look like a park, trees, a pond, grass, and flowers? I'll say it again. I don't know why it don't make sense. Like, I want to go low effort. Like, just think in terms of, like, there's something you want to put in the background of your painting or your build, right? You know, like, let's say you've got like a church, and then there's this ugly mountain behind it, and you just want to make it look a little better. So you go and brush up the mountain a bit. You don't build a mountain from scratch though. Or let's say you want to put a field off in the distance from your base, but because you're never going to be next to it, you don't want to go all out with it. I'm just sort of looking for something simple and effective is what I'm getting at. Right? Callie says, what if you replace the dirt with netherite blocks? Finally, someone's listening to me. That's what I've been saying all along, man. Like, that's super easy. And it looks great. Yeah, so if I spammed that whole thing with wheat, it would look great. I'm not really sure I want to do a straight up copycat, so I'll give it some time to settle, you know? But we explored some alternative ideas. I thought I might even start it today, but now that I've looked into it a little close, this just feels like someone placed these blocks here. There's no way it generated like that. Now we've had a little closer look, I am thinking a little different now as well. I kind of need to go up here, don't I? I did ask if you put flowers on the new pale moss, as the grey would be different. That is a good suggestion, yeah. The pale moss would give you something a little different from the grass. I mean, I really liked that rooted dirt and grass one. I think I'm going to try that on one of the smaller islands around here. Like, if I make it a whole thing to decorate this area, I'll definitely do that. Those trees are so annoying. They can be, yeah. The trick is to come prepared. If you have... You know what, I am actually always prepared, so I don't know why I'm not prepared. The trick is just to have some shears on you, really. That is the way that you deal with these trees. There's a lot of stuff like that in this game where it's like, it's annoying by default, but if you give it a little thought, there's like usually like a solution somewhere. So now we can see those. I've got to go higher. And then you just give them another little tap in different directions. The shears do run out kind of quick. We'll say that. Plus, if you need leaf blocks, you get them at the same time. I'll try one more time. Mushrooms on podzol, maybe. You could even speed up the podzol by placing some huge spruce growth trees. Now, that's a good suggestion for the spruce, yeah. Sorry, for the podzol to spread it. I don't know about putting mushrooms on it. I don't think that... I think you need blocks that, like... It's the same reason I didn't really like using the tulips, is because they're kind of skinny. I feel like it's the thickness of the wheat that helps it, like, fill up the space. And it feels like a proper field, right? Like, it feels bushy and dense. I feel like you get that with the grass as well. It's, like, wide enough, and then the way it's randomly placed is awesome. Here, though, look, like, it's always the same color as the grass it's on, so it doesn't have that contrast, and the contrast is what really gives this idea something of value, I think. Anyways, we can move on now. I'm just gonna grind a little bit, preparing this island to potentially do that. You know, it's a bit complicated, but what if each island was a different Minecraft biome? Yeah, I think we're not going to go different Minecraft biome. I think we're going to go different crops. So one of the smaller islands, I'm going to do the rooted dirt thing with the grass. This big island, maybe we just do the wheat and then grass and carrots on the other one. But, like, it's a lot of land, right? Look around. Look, there's a lot of land here. I want to do something, like, cheap and effective with our time. I don't want to agonize over lots of little details, because it's just something in the background of Loglands, really. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on from that because I think we went and saw what Green did. We can choose to do that. We've got a few other ideas if we want to do something a little different. And I think they'll probably involve building villager farms. So I'm going to sort of make a mental note of like, I've done this before. I wouldn't be able to do it just from memory, but I'll go back, look at a previous season. I'm pretty sure in season 8 I set some of these up. So we'll get some villagers somewhere making those trades. Maybe like hidden inside of loglands and, you know, those items can just get shuffled into a chest for us to collect. Because that's the other thing, like, where am I going to put this farm? Where am I going to put it? Does it even belong in loglands? Probably not. Loglands is for logs, right? Cactus flowers. Yeah, they're coming soon, aren't they? Burn the trees. Interesting. We don't have fire spread on, so I'm not sure. Can you do that? Leaves burn. Not really thought about doing that to get rid of trees before. Just set them on fire. Huh. Do you have a hotbar scroll thing to effectively randomize the stuff you place? I don't, but I can do it without. I think one of the things about randomization is to not be truly random, but is to have like reason behind your randomness. So let's say you got like a pallet of blocks that you're using to cover a floor. Like one of the things I'll do is I'll be like, right, this block gets placed in clumps. This other block here gets placed between the clumps in streaks. And then this third block is like one on its own every now and then. And I think by doing that, when you look at it, your brain knows it's random, but it's not pure random. It's not noise. There's like reason to it. And it gives it a bit more depth. Like it feels like there is actually a reason it's that way. So like if you imagine... I don't know, maybe like setting concrete and like looking at the grain close up and, or maybe even just the grain on a slice of wood, right? You look at it and although it feels random, there is structure to it. You know, they're in circles and maybe the distance between the circles are a little different. And then some of the darker ones are usually thicker and the lighter circles are narrower. Like it's adding that kind of reason into the randomness that I think is really strong because it stops it from being noise and it allows it to have a little reason to it at that point. Do I have a favorite block or item in Minecraft? I'm really bad at answering favorites questions. Ask anyone here on Twitch. They know all about that. Don't you already have a bunch of farmers in your villager hall? Do I have a villager hall? I don't have a villager hall. Oh wait, I know what you're referring to. Yes, I do. Yes. My god, I can barely remember what I've built this season. I do, but they're like set in position. I don't want to use those to get some more. I would probably go back over to Corralis's and use his breeder again. And then pull out the villager to wherever it is we're going to build a farm. X needs a list for the things he has built, says Astellion. I'm just getting old. You know what? To me, it feels like post-COVID. I don't know if I've had COVID or not, but people have certainly mentioned having a bit more brain fog and issues with memory post-COVID. But like, I've noticed just a bit of a like decline in the last 2 years of me remembering stuff, just across the board in general. I just feel like I notice my mind's a bit slower. I notice that I'm struggling to recall things quickly. It doesn't feel like it's getting worse or anything. It's just, it felt like I don't know, at some point it just like went down a notch and I kind of noticed. But since then, it's not been like a problem that's getting worse or anything like that. But I do feel like something has changed recently. That is just old age, says El Puritas. It might be, but it feels like it's sort of come on in a short period of time. And maybe that's just the way it works. Maybe you're just going to hit a particular age and your mental stamina is just going to drop back a little bit. But at first it was like quite annoying and alarming. And then I've just been like, well, what can I do about it? I mean, maybe I could do some like mental brain training activities or something, but that's not really me. Slow burnout, maybe. I wouldn't use the word burnout at all. It's nothing like burnout. It's just a memory issue. It's just, hey, these things that used to come to mind really quickly are just not as quick anymore. It happens with music as well. That's how I know it's like universal. I used to just anything music related, it was just in my head at the snap of a finger. Whereas now it takes me like a few seconds or so to like, what was the name of that song again? And then after I'm like, how could I ever forget the name of that song? I used to be able to tell you the name of the song, the album it was on, the year it was released, and how long the song was. But now my brain's a little slower than that. Hex, maybe you should get tested for sure. Tested for what, though? Smoky Phoenix, 73, thank you for the Prime subscription. Been having fun on the server. Thanks, X. Awesome. Using your Prime to play on Let's Play Minecraft together. Love to hear it. Hope you continue having fun over there, my dude. It's still 2019. Can't believe it's 2025 already. I know, right? Like, 2020 just... everything changed. I've had memory issues since I was a kid. It's definitely unsettling, says Nerdy MB. Do you watch quick-paced short clip things? Because that affects memory. No, I didn't really get sucked into shorts and TikTok, right? I didn't get sucked into that, but being aware of that has made me aware of like what I consume on YouTube, and I've been trying to reduce it. I've actually been listening to an audiobook and being really engaged with it. I'm not sure like how it compares, because the book I'm listening to at the moment is quite broad. It's not like it just stays on one beat. It's all connected, but like let's go over the place topically a bit. But I'm just really loving this book. It's a fascinating listen. That's got my attention. But like when I think about how I consumed media when I was younger, there's definitely, YouTube is definitely part of that transition to shorter attention spans. So now I'm looking at YouTube content that I consume a little differently, and just trying to trying to get away from it. Even though I enjoy it, I just feel like it's just so easy to listen to people talk about stuff, right? And a lot of the time, like in this climate that we have today, we're talking about stuff like the second it happens. There's no like waiting around anymore to figure stuff out or to come up with an actual decent take on something. It's just like quick, react. And so stuff happens, and then, you know, someone's made a 12-minute video waffling on about it. And I'm interested because that's a topic I'm interested in. But then after, I'm like, sometimes it just feels like someone's dangled a carrot in front of you or something, you know, like you're interested in this topic, but after you've watched that video, it's like, did that enlighten you in any particular way much? Maybe not. Yo, Burt Potato, thank you for 50 months. Appreciate it, my dude. Hope you are enjoying today's stream. Hope you're enjoying the new season of LPM4 as well. The words book and listening together still feel so odd for me. I get so distracted with audiobooks, I can barely listen to a single chapter before I get heavily distracted and have to rewind. Well, what is it that you're getting distracted by, right? Because multitasking is something I believe we should accept we are not good at. There is elements of multitasking that are, let's say, inconsequential, but I think you have to be quite honest with yourself and look at, when you multitask, like, what are you trying to achieve? What part of this is important? What part requires focus and stuff? And yeah, there's definitely some things you can do. Maybe it involves listening to music while you do this other thing. You know, playing Minecraft and being creative while listening to music, they kind of synergize. But sometimes it's like you're answering emails and then you're also trying to write a script or edit a video, or like there are some things that just don't multitask well. And so if you're honest about like those things, you might learn what's going wrong. So for me with audiobooks, if I lose attention, oh, it kind of looks like someone came over here and took a bit of the dirt. Might have to fix that up. Actually, I think we could probably fix most of this up with like a bucket. Let's see. So for me, it's like if I tend to listen to the audiobooks when I'm doing simple things in the kitchen, like cooking, or I don't know, like just getting a drink and making a cup of tea and doing my morning routine stuff. Like, and a lot of that is like really sort of low effort, automated, simple things that you've done a gazillion times before. So it's really easy to do that while like being absorbed by an audiobook. But I notice like as soon as something in the kitchen distracts me and I have to start thinking, like there'll be an apple on the side and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go put my fruit consumption into my food calendar, right? Like I've got there's 4 apples, so I'll have an apple every day and I go and put it into my little food calendar, you know? As soon as I start thinking about that thing, I'm no longer with the audiobook, right? And so it's being able to notice stuff like that that's really helpful, because then you kind of preemptively know when you're going to bounce on the audiobook, because it's like a course you would. So like now there are certain tasks where I just pause the audiobook, I do the thing, and then I come back to it once the other thing is done, right? You're right, I should mute the stream while I try this online quiz, says Taro. Yeah, I appreciate the joke, but like absolutely, like it, you know, this constant multitasking of like trying to entertain yourself with one thing while you do another one is just diluting the experience. And unfortunately, like a sacrifice somewhere has to be made essentially, doesn't it? Like you can't do it all as much as you want to. And so that's what I've been trying to get around a bit more, do better with, is just noticing like when and where are those moments where it's like, this isn't great for multitasking right now. Just do one thing or the other. Don't try and do both. And then generally have a bit of a better experience with the thing you're trying to do. When I multitask, I have categories, and I can't do multiple things within the same category. Some of the categories are visual, audio, tactile, but they get more complex when I try and explain. Well, if you've categorized them, that sounds like an interesting system for understanding. I've probably done something similar myself. I just wouldn't have thought to categorize it, but yeah, there's things. Watching this while cooking, I feel called out, says Dylan Robbins. See, I feel like cooking is something. Like cooking is a skill, right? And once you've done a bunch of cooking, a lot of it is similar and repetitive. So, like if you're chopping onions and you've done it a bunch of times before, I think you can put a fair bit of mental energy into paying attention to a stream as well. It's like if you're cooking something for the first time though, you're more likely to be like, oh, what ingredient am I putting in next? And then you look it up and then you're distracted because now it's like, oh wait, what are they saying in that audiobook? Let me rewind, you know? Like that's more likely to happen, isn't it? So that's what I'm getting at. Is like identifying when you're not really going to be able to multitask. And not only that, but sort of identifying when the experience you're having is lowered because of multitasking. Like, do you ever watch a movie whilst playing Minecraft on the side? Like, I do that. I don't think it lowers the experience massively, but then I've noticed if I'm watching something and then I get a message on Discord, and now it's like I'm trying to play a game, watch a movie, and now I'm answering someone's message. I'm all over the place. Like, I don't know what's happening in the movie. I'm not enjoying it as much. I'm not as engrossed with it, right? So, if you think of it in terms of like the quality of your experience, I think I'm learning that it's not worth multitasking. I think being more invested in the thing you're actually doing is much better. One of the ways I've really noticed that with movies is if I'm at home watching a movie, which I don't really do too much, I'll go put my phone in the other room because I'll watch this thing and for some reason I'll want to think about something else or check something else, and I pick up my phone and then it don't take nothing but like 10 seconds and you're out of the movie all of a sudden. So like, don't be like halfway in on stuff. Be fully in, be fully invested, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. When I play guitar, I'm not really distracted by anything else. It's like all I do is play my guitar. And that is like being fully invested, and it feels great, you know, in the moment. It's like more activities that become like that, where you're like fully into the thing and invested. Like that is a better lived experience. Dev says, I think I'm too addicted to working on things that I can't avoid, answering Discord messages that I find interesting. I'll literally wake in the middle of the night and work on an idea because it's just going to plague my thoughts and not let me sleep. Yeah, you need to learn to let go of that kind of stuff if you want to get better sleep. Yeah, and as for messages, I'm pretty bad with that because I leave Discord open. I think that's something I could do better, actually, is close it more. Like, Dev, you and I were chatting earlier, and it was while I was doing commands and stuff. And, like, although some of what we were talking about was, like, helpful for the task, like, there were other people messaging me as well. And it feels like it's easy just to send a little reply or whatever. But I probably would have, like, finished everything I was doing quicker. At least the parts where I knew what I was doing. Because those are distractions, right? That's how we have to think about them. Being distracted. And, like, I think you have a better quality of life when you're not as distracted. And so I want to be, like, less distracted, essentially. I need to get some cherry blossom saplings over here, right? It's been proven human conscious brains aren't able to multitask. Some people are good at switching back and forth really fast, as FX Zoons. Yes, what's been proven, or maybe it's more like theorized with good evidence, because I don't know like how much you can prove we don't multitask, because you can make arguments like, well, you know, we breathe and like I talk while I stream, or you've got multiple senses acting at the same time, right? I think you can make arguments around multitasking. But yes, there are certain activities that we do that, like a computer, at least a traditional computer before, I think multi-threading might have changed this, but like if you go and use Windows 3.11 and you load up multiple applications, right? They actually like switch off when you're not looking at them. And the computer back then could only do one thing at a time. It would just cycle between the different things very, very fast. So in these days, you've got multi-threading, which I think might change that. But even if it were just single-threaded, you know, like I've got Discord, I'm streaming, I've got music playing, the game's playing. But actually, the computer is like chopping between all of those different tasks very fast one at a time. And we as humans, I think, kind of do that. You're not ever really doing two things, you're jumping between them. And so it's a good thing to think about this stuff in these terms, because it's your life, and like everyone wants to have a good life, but it's very easy just to be pulled into bad habits and things that aren't actually too great for us. And the thing that I've been learning, still trying to get better, haven't mastered it at all, is just the multitasking stuff, really, is a project. Eating snacks while watching Xisuma. I'm great at this, says Joe. Exactly, like eating and watching is quite easy. Although I've heard the argument as well, like, I love to eat and watch. I definitely notice sometimes, though, that I'll look up and I realize I've kind of been looking at my food for a while I eat it, and then I haven't really been seeing what's going on the thing I'm watching. That is a multitask that I do that maybe, you know, I've heard people say, like, you can enjoy food more if you're not multitasking. But I never do it. I never, like, sit down. I think if I did, I'd put on something I can listen to at least. Dev says, I think my life revolves heavily on my online persona and PC rather than IRL. I live a bit isolated from people, so it's quite hard to have anything real, or at least in person. Yeah, that's kind of like what I feel like. I hear what you're saying a lot there. For me, I think if you're aware that is the way it is, right? Like the real thing is to just be aware of it and to not ever fool yourself about that. Yeah, because that isolation can be bad for you sometimes, right? It's not always going to be a good thing, and so it's important to listen to yourself. But like, what's, you know, knowledge of self, basically, isn't it? Like, if you're aware of this stuff, you're going to deal with it a lot better. It's like when you're not aware that that's how you're living, then if it becomes the root cause of some sort of problem, something that needs addressing, you know, then it's like, oh, it's literally, and I've only got one. It's literally the very last one I look in. So we've got to make sure we harvest this tree and get some saplings back. Yeah, because as long as you're aware of it, it gives you the tools to like deal with whatever that might bring, whenever it might bring something, right? I think I'm gonna get the achacha saplings as well. It's fun to just eat as you can stare blankly, thinking about nothing but the food. Yeah, I need to do it at some point, but like I'm so programmed. I like my little groove where I sit down, I throw something on the telly and just like eat, and it's like, yeah, it's like all your stresses and your worries and your whatevers, they just go away because you're eating. You're just eating and enjoying something right now, right? Like that's a really nice thing. But yeah, like you might enjoy the food on a deeper level if you just did nothing but eat it. Maybe if I go to like a really nice restaurant or something. Then again, when you go to a restaurant, like you sit and chat and talk with other people, right? And enjoy your food. You're not like solely focused on it, but I feel like having a social meal with others lets you enjoy the food more than watching a TV show. Riff Raff, thank you for 46 months. 46 months of pure fun. Wow. That fun is that fun is so pure. Pure fun. I love it. Thank you, my dude. Hey, I got a sapling back. We're in business. Yeah, I think I might find myself later today watching a bit more Deep Space Nine, just chopping down more of these trees. The last season of Deep Space Nine is not that great. Someone said it to me and it stuck in my head. We were talking about, like, you know, whatever, here on the streams, what I've been up to. Grinding out loglands, watching a bit of Deep Space Nine. Someone's like, yeah, the last season isn't so good. And I'm like, no, like, what are you talking about? Because season 5 really kind of, like, gets things going again with the Dominion stuff. But now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, oh, this is just, like, sort of side-stepping episode after side-stepping episode. It is not really picking up a lot of steam. I've watched quite a few episodes of it now. I still love Deep Space Nine. I'm having a great time. These particle effects are amazing. But yeah, no, I remember the last... Oh, am I saying season 6? I think I'm on season 7. I remember the last season just being amazing, but this time watching it again, maybe not so much. It doesn't have Jadzia in. You have Ezri now, and I think her character is just so difficult to sell. I don't think the character is written very well for the actress to like sell it. That makes sense. Is Deep Space Nine a Star Trek show? No, it's Lord of the Rings, man. Come on. You know, with that little wizard. What's his name? Scarface? You know, he got the scar on his face when he was a kid because of that He Who Shall Not Be Named. Can't remember his name though, because they never name him, you know? Season 7 is great on the first watch because the story holds up, but less well on a rewatch. Well, that's what I'm experiencing right now, so maybe that's very true. Maybe that's very true. Yeah, I guess that's one of the things. Like, if you watch a show and you know the story, when you go and watch it again, like, you'll learn different things. Like, I've watched The Wire. The Wire's got to be my favorite TV show. You know, Breaking Bad be up there. Game of Thrones, despite, like, the decline, which I think starts a lot earlier than people realize. I think the decline starts in, like, season 4 on that show. But yeah, like, when you rewatch The Wire, everything about it is solid. Like, through and through. I'm watching Yellowstone at the moment, and I'm getting this feeling like, this is just another one of those shows with a bunch of characters. They get you invested. They set up, like, a bit of a mystery. Where's this going kind of feeling? And you're intrigued, you're pulled in. But then it just sort of goes through the motions. Like, it fleshes out its characters, but like, to what end? It just feels like a show that's going for another season and another season. And the thing I'm enjoying most about it is that it feels like it shines a bit of a light on a culture that I don't really know much about. Like the whole cowboys and Montana countryside. Like, it feels like you're looking into a slice of life that you're not really that familiar with. And it's enjoyable, but I'm just getting that feeling like I'm not going to watch this one again. And to be honest, like, some of the episodes, they feel like they waste your time. They just like dangle. They're constantly like dangling some really good aspects of the story and where the characters are going in front of you. And then they're putting a whole bunch of filler in between as well, which is stuff that doesn't need to be there. Like this encounter with some bikers that they had was just a bit like, oh, it just feels like we're just fleshing out time with something here. We're just finding a reason to fill the space. Joel Duggan, thank you, my dude, for the raid. Thank you so much. Welcome all the raiders. We're chatting TV shows. We were talking about how we tend to divide up our attention these days with multiple things, and started talking about eating and watching shows, and then I started talking about what shows I've been watching. Been rewatching Deep Space Nine while I grind out stuff on Loglands, and I've been watching Yellowstone when I ritualistically sit down to eat and watch something in front of the telly. How many more months will HC10 go on for? When is the end? Know someone? Just asking, says Alzazir. I can tell you that... gosh, I have to do this again. Why am I always the one that has to tell you when the season ends? Season 10 is going to end before Season 11 starts. So, you know, cat's out of the bag, I guess. Jeez. Joel Duggan says, hope you well, Sim. Happy Friday. Was working on some farm wall decorating today in Minecraft. Awesome. That message looks like it's... Oh, no, it's not cut off. Okay. Awesome, man. Always doing the Minecraft grind. Love to hear it. And we got... Okay, those messages. Those other messages there from earlier. Nice. Look at this. I've got a stack of saplings now. I can rest easy at night. Knowing that we ain't going to run... How many logs did I get? Not a crazy amount of logs. Also, this looks super pretty, doesn't it? Let's make sure we haven't... I don't think we've left anything behind. This will all decay. Let's go put these saplings away. What? Before Season 11 starts? That's outrageous. I know, right? Like, starting Season 11 after 10 has finished? That's outrageous. No one ever does something like that. I wonder what's the statistic of player reforestation. Do Minecraft players plant more trees than they destroy? Interesting. Might be possible to calculate that. Who knows? Oh, that's the wrong one. Bam. Bam. Yeah, I'm going to need, probably need these for... In fact, I'll take all of this just in case. Sometimes it comes down to very fine margins, doesn't it? Very fine margins. Chat, that's all I'm going to have for you today. Hope you enjoyed it. We definitely made some awesome progress on Loglands, which is important. I don't think anyone else... Maybe Skizzleman is streaming, actually. Let's go check. Peeps, if you're on Twitch or TikTok, come over here to Twitch and hit the follow button. If you want to subscribe over here, you can get access to the Let's Play Minecraft Together server as well. If you've got Amazon Prime, that basically means you can use your Prime to play on a Patreon server. I'll send you over to Jojo today. Seems like none of the others are streaming, so yeah. Right, I'm starting the raid. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I'll be back again Sunday morning. That would be the plan, Sunday morning. So yeah, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in. See you again soon.